Hey everyone, it's Dan Wardrope here from Flexxable. I want to talk to you about the 80/20 of Facebook ads and YouTube ads. All right, these are two of our big ad platforms that we use inside our pay-per-lead agency, and I'm going to give you some tips on how to get the most results for the least amount of work. All right, because a lot of you guys might be struggling with rising lead costs. You might be frustrated with Facebook. You might have tried YouTube, but it didn't quite work. And we've spent, approaching, or you must be approaching 10 million on these networks now. So we know a little bit about what works and what doesn't work. And I'm just going to run through them for you. So the first one is Facebook ads. A few of you people might have heard me talk about this before, but when you have a hook and an ad copy that works, that's doing well for you and isn't quite dialed in, and you've got images and a headline that's working for you as well, then what you want to do is try and duplicate that ad roughly 10 times inside an audience, one audience only, but duplicate that audience 10 times inside of Facebook. So you'll have one campaign with 10 ad sets, and you'll have one ad in each of those 10 ad sets. All right, if you're following me, pretty easy, pretty simple. And what you can do is take that winning ad and then just change the top 3 lines of each of those ads and come up with a slightly different entry point into that hook. All right, and this works really well because people think you're competing against each other, but they're different creatives. All right, and people respond differently to them. So they'll be those ads will be entering different spots within the Facebook auction, and they'll be getting different tiers of traffic, and they'll be getting different cost per leads, and you'll be able to tell pretty quickly what's working. All right, because when you obviously get most of your traffic through mobile, and if you're scrolling through your news feed, you'll see that the first 3 lines is the bit of the ad that you look at the most. All right, so you need to be split testing this a lot, and it's quite valuable, and we've used that trick over and over and over again, and it works really well. Okay, so that's Facebook out of the way. YouTube, very similar story in theory. For those of you who've tried pre-roll ads, TrueView ads, same thing really. You might have written a script and got an actor to shoot the video, or you might have done like a slideshow type video with a voiceover, and you've put some ads up and they've bombed. Okay, what we've found over time is that the first, similar to Facebook, is that the first 5 seconds and the hook is absolute key. All right, so if you are wanting to get like 3 different hooks up, then for each of those hooks that you have, try and get 3 or 4 intros for each that are very different. It can be the same voiceover, but maybe try one with the flag of the location that you're advertising in, calling out that particular avatar. It could be someone that's over 65 looking for life insurance, okay, in Canada or something like that. It could be, there's lots of different examples, but you need to be able to hook people in that first 5 seconds. Otherwise, your ads are never going to have get much love at all. Okay, your lead cost is going to be sky high. So really, my advice is, if you're doing YouTube ads, really work on the first 5 seconds, because it makes or breaks a campaign. That hook and calling out the audience needs to be really strong. Okay, so there you have it. It's my 2 top tips for the 80/20 of Facebook and YouTube, the 2 go-to things we use within our own agency to bring our cost per lead down and run profitable campaigns. I hope you enjoyed that. Below this video will be a link to a case study where we show you how we built our pay-per-lead agency. Enjoy and speak soon.